Hello, Henning Pauli here. This is the disclaimer. The video you're about to see here is from NAMM 2018, and you might expect NAMM coverage with information about gear, which is not necessarily what I do. You might find some silliness, some failed attempts at lame jokes, and some insulting behavior towards representatives of brands, which is, they're totally cool with that. So, don't worry, it's all good. Enjoy.
Oh, look at this. I know him.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that face.
I gotta say something. Why does Martin look so pissed off in this picture? Why doesn't he smile? He just got his own signature guitar.
Buy my damn guitar, you cheap bastard.
And Martin, really, people, he is one of the nicest freaking people on the planet.
I know that. That's what makes it. That's why it's a joke.
And he can play like an angel. I mean, Martin is amazing. You know, go and watch my Hanging Out with Martin Miller video and my Ibanez AZ video and all that stuff. But that, I don't want to buy a guitar from that guy. He's like, my guitar's awesome, buy it. And he's really not like that. The guitar is beyond phenomenal. Have you played the AZs?
Yes, and I love them. I think it's a smart move by them, and it feels like 1987 all over again when Ibanez did a big reboot of their entire line, which took the industry by storm, and it feels like 30 years later, it's another reboot.
For me, Ibanez was going downhill a bit, and this is a whole new ballgame for them.
They had to get out of the metal market. I think they had to go a little bit more into the mainstream fusion, blues, pop, you know. I mean, honestly, you can play anything on any instrument.
Let's discuss something here.
But the shape of the instrument will lend a certain air to it, right? Versus, something like this. Even anything over here feels a little, because of the sharp edges, it just feels a little bit more metal, especially something like this, right?
Well, this is the RGD, but let's go back and discuss something.
But if we look at these, right, and again, this is where I think their brilliance is.
No, wait, I'm coming. I need an RG.
Oh, okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
So, here's what I want to discuss with you. You're the Ibanez guy, okay?
All right.
So, a lot of people on the videos for the AZs, wait, we have to position, have said, well, they're just Ibanez, Ibasur, whatever.
Right.
Because they're trying to do Sur. I actually don't think that was the inspiration, because see what happens. You take this design,
right,
and you soften it. If you soften,
you soften the edges.
You soften this. You soften this.
Right.
What happens? You end up here.
With that, exactly.
I don't think this is
really the next. It's a small design change in a design they already have and have been done very well with. But they don't want to completely reinvent it and do a reverse V like some other stupid ass companies. But
I love this guy.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like they had to make a change, but they can't make huge leaps and bounds. And I thought it was really good. Like you said,
if you soften this, you end up there.
It's almost the same. The body is very, very similar. I mean, it's pretty much, an RG body, but with, the only difference is that this isn't quite as scooped down, right? So the scoops aren't, the bottom one is scooped as much, but the top one not.
But it might also, them being reminiscent of Sur might not at all have been trying to look like Sur, but trying to soften
who's
this.
Sur trying to look like?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody's trying to look, let's face it, like Fender, right? An S-style guitar.
Yeah.
And so, but, that's where the softer edges come from. That's where the more rounded shape comes from. That's where the more rounded shape up here comes from. Because the harder the edges, the less it looks like an S-style guitar and more like a metal guitar. And so anybody who does this is going to look like this. But the only difference is they have a flat bottom instead of a curved bottom. And everyone says, oh, that's Sur.
There's one reason. I just found one reason earlier why it might potentially be an argument for them trying to be like Sir. Follow me.
Okay.
I found something. These, by the way, made in Japan.
Right.
Street price about $1,000. That's ridiculous.
I tell you, when I worked in the music store in 1988, 1989, that color, that color, that color, that color, that color, and that color were all on the shelf. That's jewel blue, that's burgundy mist, that's like, or I think that's burgundy mist. So what do they call it?
Purple neon now.
Purple neon. No, that's right. That's what it was. They had two. One was a little bit more pink, also called heather something. What do they call that? Something heather. I can't think of the name, but that was the other color. And then that's road flare red, and that's desert sun yellow. And they made one other color like this that was a little bit more pinky, a little redder. It was called fire alarm red. This didn't sell and became like the hottest collectible out there. These sold quite well, and you can get them for, out there and pretty much in the market. These, because of the outrageous color, weren't as big of a seller back in the day, and man, once they took them off the market, everybody wanted the color.
All of a sudden, everyone wanted them.
Everyone wanted it. So these shot up. The rest of them are a lot more common because the colors weren't as outrageous.
Now, look over here. Argument for Ibanez trying to be Sir is this guitar.
Really?
Because
There's Fishman's?
No, this is a Kiesel.
Oh, Kiesel.
With this.
But that's not Sir.
Yeah, but the point is, when we look at this and clearly see it being reminiscent of Kiesel, then we could make an argument for the AZ series trying to be Sir. Because
Right.
Ibanez is trying to go for guitars that other people now have branded as something popular.
You know what we call that? A leap.
That's why we're talking about it.
Here's the thing.
I love this.
If somebody does something, right, and somebody else does something similar but not exactly the same, it's more of like in the style than a direct copy.
Inspired by.
An homage. I mean, how many guitar shapes? I mean, at some point, people are going to say, well, every guitar has a horn on the top and on the bottom. It's like, yeah.
I got a horn at the bottom. I'm sorry.
I want my money back.
Moving on. What do you think of this color? I love it. I think this is brilliant.
I like it. I don't think it's my cup of tea. Probably a little outrageous for me. I'm a little more conservative as I get older.
Go to a locking. Oh, look at the back.
I do. I gotta say,
look at the back. Come on.
That does look good. I'm gonna give you that. That does look really good.
Yeah, I think this is very neat. This could be my next 7-string.
Now, where is the new one? They have a new guitar coming out that I want to see.
Which one?
It's a.
Hey, what do you think about the $666 gems?
Well, it's a Gem Junior, probably made in Indonesia, right? Or is it made in China?
Because I'm really curious to see if they, if they're and what they are.
I don't know. They're kind of nice. I mean, I love the price.
I want to review one because
it's an evil price.
That's pretty phenomenal. I mean, with the inlay and that's
yeah. My buddy Bobby just bought the $3,600 one, so it'd be great to compare. But they have a new guitar. I want to see. Where is it? Where is it? I don't know where they're going to hide it. Oh, that's Satriani. Oh, here they are. This is them.
That's the AZs.
This is it. I know. This one. This guitar right here reminds me of 1987, walking into the music store where I worked. We just got back from NAMM. We're literally like unpacking a shipment box from Ibanez. And out comes an RG 560 in a very similar color to this. This is a little bit more crystal to it, like a little bit
more metallic.
More metallic-y. But it went out on the wall, and I could not leave the store without buying it.
Really?
I like literally. I went there on a break with the band. We were rehearsing at a rehearsal hall right down the street. We went up there. I broke a string. Went in there to get a string. We were taking a break. The guitar went up, and My friends are going, are you walking out with that guitar? I'm like, I am walking out with this guitar right now. And I did. I bought the Ibanez right there on the spot.
I played this in the video with Martin, and
Right.
everyone said you have to get this because it sounded so good.
But this guitar is just such a throwback to that time. It's different.
It's member berries for you.
It kind of is. It
Remember?
really is.
Remember that you said we would have? Remember? You remember?
I remember. And at that point, there was that was a tidal wave when that happened. Because I got one, and the next thing I knew, a bunch of my friends bought one, and different colors, different models, and the 550s came in. All of a sudden, those were flying off the shelf. I bought a white one. Another buddy of mine bought a yellow one, and then it started.
It was the hipster guitar of the day.
Of that time, Ibanez was untouchable. I mean, they were it. They were the it guitar. And
I have a feeling that with that AZ series, they're going to be untouchable again.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point. My point is that here it feels like it's happening again, right? It feels like, again, we're getting into a thing where a new shape's coming out, slightly altered, familiar but different, right? A new neck is coming out, familiar but a little different. That's no wizard neck, but I don't even care.
No.
That's a great neck, right?
This is where the magic happens.
Now, how's
because all 5 positions change completely.
Okay.
They have 10 sounds and not a single bad one among them. This has 9, this has 10. So I already talked to Daniel, my good buddy Daniel Gategear from Ibanez, who I love so much. I want to have your babies. So this one I played in the video with Martin.
Okay.
And HSS, absolutely gorgeous look. And then that's a Prestige.
Right.
And it clocks in at 2,500 euro. But then we looked at this, and everyone in the video said, including him, that I sounded the best with this. And that's a premium with the street price in Germany of 1,200 something.
Right.
And the color is, I mean, I'm not a red-orange guy, but that is beautiful.
Yeah, it's like a burnt sunset.
And the difference is that the necks don't have the Aztec treatment. Other than that, and it's different wood, that's basswood and that's alder. But other than that, it's pretty much the same guitar for less money. And look at the back. Back's fully colored too.
Yeah.
Everything is rounded off. I played it and it's just gorgeous.
Yeah.
The premium series.
Well, you know me, I'm a big Ibanez fan.
The premium series, if you need heavy sounds and something that cuts through the mix a bit more, the premium is probably better because of the basswood. They do cut a bit more.
Right.
The Prestiges are super round and sexy and creamy.
Right.
But for that, if you play heavier stuff and you need the attack, those are just the round sounds. These are a little bit more cutty sounds. So right. That's how I would distinguish them, not in price and quality, just in what kind of sound you're looking for.
Yeah, feel and sound.
Yep.
Yeah.
So let's move on. Let's go to the boutique showcase.
You know what? Let's go dump this back at Warwick because my hand's getting tired. I'm not shooting real footage anyway. You're shooting real footage. Let's go dump this.
Animals at the end.